Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to another Massive Shift Monday. I'll give people a minute to join. I don't know if anybody else is having a Monday like this, but so far, my laptop has decided not to work. My desktop monitor and my camera have all decided not to work. So I moved everything over to the iPad, and hopefully you can hear me today. So welcome, welcome. This is what we do, entrepreneurs, right? We are flexible, we're innovative, we put things together in real time. So hopefully you're able to hear me on the iPad today, and I'll figure out why all of my tech has broken later. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. So happy to be here with you. Welcome to another episode of Massive Shift Monday. My name is Kelly Ruda. I was a clinical psychotherapist for 20 years, and 6 years ago, I answered a calling to do more, serve more, be more, and receive more. I made the leap into the online entrepreneurial space as someone who serves CEOs, agency owners, service based business owners. And I co create powerful psychological shifts that always result in exponential business growth. So I hang here every Monday at noon Eastern to share something with you to kick off your week that is not only food for thought, but food for action, and helps you to see yourself differently so you can show up differently, lead differently, participate with your team differently. And that's something I'm going to be talking about today. So, inside my own masterminds and my own coaching groups and my own entrepreneurial and intrapreneurial community, I've been hearing a lot of frustration, really, about team and team building and leading a team, and how that is such a legitimately challenging part of growing and scaling a business. And as somebody who's made a lot of changes in not only the systems and processes behind how we acquire our A player entrepreneur team and how we onboard and train them, I completely understand this. But I want to take the question one step further about why is our sales team so stuck? Why are they underperforming? Why are they having such a hard time? And I think it's really important, first of all, to rule out all of the strategic things. So, are they clear about how to qualify leads? Are they clear about your target market? Are they clear about your offer? Are they clear about how to nurture people in a quality manner, not a sleazy old school manner? And do they have the skill set for closing a qualified lead? So all of those are the strategic things, and you can go through and assess that with your team. But what I'm hearing is that a lot of people are doing all of that, and they're improving all of those systems, and they're teaching those skills, and they're really arming their team with an excellent set of sales skills, and they're still struggling. So, what I want to talk about today, and again, if you're just joining, welcome. My entire setup this morning, if you saw what my desk looked like, you would crack up. My desktop monitor decided not to work. My camera decided not to work. My laptop is not working. So, I have some notes over here. I apologize that I'm looking away. But what I really want to dig into today is why, underneath the strategy, when you have the most elegant sales strategy and nurture process, why people are still struggling. And the answer is that are the entrepreneurs that we hire as our team members, as our A players, struggle with exactly the same things internally that entrepreneurs and CEOs, agency owners, business owners struggle with. Remember, entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs have to do many of the same things. We need to be consistent. We need to be confident. We need to be clear. We need to be visible, tenacious, resilient. We need to ask. We need to receive. So we both have to do a lot of the same things. And so it doesn't make sense a lot of times when you have the skill set, but there's a disconnection from performance. So your salespeople may be saying, and look, this can translate to this is your marketing team, this is your ops team. You can translate this to a lot of different departments in your company, whether it's a department of 1 or 100 makes no difference. They can say, I know I have the skill set. I know that I'm clear about the money I want to make, the impact I want to have. I know how I need to show up and be visible and speak and engage and build rapport and all of those things. So, why am I struggling? What is going on? It doesn't make sense. I know how to, I know why to. Why is this hard? And the answer is you, as an entrepreneur in somebody else's company, have the same blocks, the same upper limits, the same unconscious programs to contend with that entrepreneurs and CEOs have to contend with. Here's what I mean by that. When you hear somebody talk about unconscious blocks, or in pop culture, they talk a lot about subconscious blocks. When you have a background in psychology, that is, we don't talk in terms of the subconscious. We talk in terms of the unconscious. When you hear about upper limits or limiting beliefs, they're all the same exact thing. But it's really important to understand that it's not just a limit in thinking. It's not just conscious self-doubt. On an unconscious level, you have accumulated limiting beliefs since you were born, from your messages from your family, generational messages that have been passed down for hundreds or thousands of years, cultural messages, religious messages, messages from your community, messages from your niche. This has been passed down forever, or you've been exposed to them repeatedly over time. So, as a CEO, you have picked up a bunch of things, and so has your team. This is why, as the owner of a company or the CEO of a company, you can feel like I've taught them, I've modeled for them, I've mentored them, I've coached them. Why is this wonderful, skilled person still struggling? So, if you don't make what is unconscious conscious, what happens is we use mindset work to try to overcome everything. And that typically means taking a conscious thought or a conscious belief and reframing it from I can't to I can, from I don't to I do, from I'm afraid to I am empowered. And that's a very, very powerful technique. I used it in psychotherapy for many, many years. The problem is it is a very incomplete technique. It will not get you or your team across the finish line. And the reason why is because your unconscious mind is the captain of about 95% of your daily experience. And the conscious mind is estimated to really only impact about 5% of your daily experience. So, as a sales team, for example, outreach and qualifying and nurturing leads and speaking and positioning and messaging and rapport and then connection and closing sales, that's where it's going to show up every single day. And 95% of that experience will be driven by the quality of the beliefs and programs you have in your unconscious mind. They drive your feelings, your thoughts, your decisions, your behaviors. Over time, they build habits. And those habits have a great deal to do with how we see ourselves. In other words, this is just how I am. This is just who I am. That's identity. So if someone on your sales team has excellent conscious thoughts and beliefs about confidence and about ability to sell and about a desire to really make great money in the company and to drive your company forward, that is amazing. But if he or she has a belief that bumps into that conscious belief. So, for example, let's just use money because it's easy and it's really common and typical. So, if consciously you believe, I want to make as much money for this company as possible, and in return, create financial independence or wealth or freedom, abundance, whatever word you want to use for myself, That makes a ton of sense. But if that same person has these unconscious beliefs that have come from being exposed to money messages like money doesn't grow on trees, money makes you greedy, money makes you selfish, money makes you not a good Christian or an unspiritual person, money makes you shallow, rich people, filthy rich comes from a limiting belief. That is a phrase that has been drilled in over and over and over. Filthy rich has created this association between something extremely negative and something that is really neutral. Money is neutral. So if your sales team, for example, has limiting unconscious beliefs, but really empowered conscious beliefs, the unconscious will overpower the conscious 95 to 99% of the time. And then what does it leave your salesperson doing? Having to willpower themselves through it, which is absolutely exhausting. It's exhausting. So the work that we do on ourselves to develop ourselves as CEOs, our identities as confident, clear, consistent leaders, we need our teams to be doing the exact same work. So if you're director of operations, your director of marketing, your director of sales, and everyone who reports to them, again, whether it's 1 or 100, if they are struggling with those things, you are going to have a very difficult time leading your team to perform, leading your team to build their own wealth, leading your team to be performing in a way that makes them feel fulfilled and like they're sharing their potential. And so, what needs to be done? The same work that needs to be done on ourselves. We have to make what is unconscious conscious. We have to see where the conscious and the unconscious does not match up. We have to do the work to decide what belief, what program do I want in my unconscious mind? And it's usually, well, I want it to match what's in my conscious mind. And then you have to do the work to create repetition and consistency and new habits over time that then build out a new identity. In other words, this identity of, well, I used to struggle with that. I no longer struggle with that. I embody alignment. I embody alignment, meaning my conscious mind, my heart, my values, my ethics, my unconscious mind, and my behaviors are all in alignment. When you hire and onboard and mentor and coach and train people who have that in their pockets, who have that skill set, that every time they bump up against a new upper limit, they are able to dive into this set of tools and skills to very quickly and smoothly work through that next limit. You're asking your team to do things that are stretches all the time. But if they can only stretch consciously and the rest of them sits in resistance, you're going to have a team that's struggling. I don't care how great of a leader you are. They need these skills. So remember, if you are a CEO and or entrepreneur and you are building a killer team full of intrapreneurs, which I strongly suggest that you do, whether they employees or are contractors, they identify as intrapreneurs. They need to be doing the same work on themselves that you do. If you want the entire organization to be running like a well-oiled machine that moves in unison. So on April 26th, the week of April 26th, from noon to 1 every day through Sunday, May 2nd, I am doing a workshop called the Next Level CEO, where I'm going to teach you how to do this. Bring in your director of ops, your director of marketing, your director of sales. I will teach them how to do this. We're going to be diving into a strategic way to move through that new level, new devil experience, whether it's you or a member of your team, so that you can get exponential results in your business with less time, less frustration, more ease. And I am sick of the one size fits all blueprint. So yes, I teach a strategic way to build that skill set, But I also teach you how to personalize it for your own blocks, for your own experience, because we all come from a different upbringing. We have all been exposed to different messages and different experiences, including trauma that comes just from family. It comes from your cultural or racial experience. It comes from a lot of different ways, small t and big T, by the way. And we come upon these programs honestly. But until now, you haven't had a way other than willing yourself through it, which is not efficient for time or energy. You haven't had a way to create ease to move to that next level. And I'm going to teach you how. So, this is our current Facebook event page. We are wrapping up the links and testing everything for our registration page. So, you can hop on over to this link, or you can very simply in the comments write the word details. And Dr. Kelly Saganak, who is the coach of all coaches on my team, will reach out to you with the link to help you either get more information about the workshop or help you get registered for it. Again, it is April 26th through May 2nd, 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. London, every single day. It includes a bonus session that is all about accelerating your results and some laser coaching with me on Saturday at noon. You do not want to miss this. So sign up and bring your directors, your lead coaches, your lead salespeople with you. All get trained together, and let's get everybody on the same page so that, again, you move the company to the next level with more ease, more speed, more abundance, and a lot more joy and fulfillment. Because remember, if you're not bringing joy and fun into the business, you might as well have a job. All right, friends, as always, sending you off into your day and your week with so much love. Again, you want details on this? Drop the word details in the comments and Dr. Kelly will reach out to you. Much love, everybody.